Tierra here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today's soap is one of the last summer-inspired designs. I have gone way too far into this year of doing summer designs, but there were just so many that I wanted to do. So this is the last one that's particularly a summery theme to it before I start getting into the fall soaps, and it's going to be all about the beach. I am doing the waves and the sand and some sand castles, and I'm really excited about these sand castles. I can't wait to show them to you. So I'm going to start by making the water part of the soap, which will be the base, and I'm going to mix together my lye solution here with my oils. There's sodium lactate, coconut milk powder, and kaolin clay in here. I'm going to do a lot of mixing with this not on, as well as giving it like little bursts or pulse, just to get it incorporated but not add a trace. I'm now going to split this up into these 3 containers. Into this container I have some blue honey, and this mica is from Soapbox Micas. I'll pour in some of that. I might go back and just kind of even these all out a little bit. Maybe not. So this is the blue honey mica. Into this container I have, I believe this is Blue Ice by Stardust Micas, and so I'm going to pour some into that. And into the little cup over here, I just have some titanium dioxide dispersed in water. I wanted to add a little in the pot swirl to both of these blues and kind of get the waves going on there. And I think that looks good, so I'm going to continue dividing this into each one of these. And then I'm going to take the whisk, and I'm just going to whisk those colors in. I am liking that technique. And do layers. So I really want this to stay fluid so I can have time to get my layers in there. So let me scrape this out and start mixing these in. So the fragrance I picked out for this is called Beach and is by Crafter's Choice that I bought off of Wholesale Supplies Plus. It is a dupe of a Bobbi Brown perfume, and I've never smelled that before. But in my opinion, it smells like sunblock. But I'm going to go ahead and pour some of that into each one of these. It is a very summery scent, and like I said, it smells just like, ooh, it might even cause some problems. It smells just like sunblock, but it says it has notes of warm sand, sea spray. Hello. Hello, Ricing. How do you do? Wow. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to be running the stick blender through that. That seems to happen with watery scents. I tell you what. Let me stick blend that again. Luckily, it's at a light trace. Oh my goodness. Warm sand, sea spray, salt, jasmine, mandarin, and a little bit of ricing. Well, I just blended those little chunks out of there, and it seems to be like it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hurry up and get this into my mold before anything else happens. In the pot swirl, I'm going to dump some of this white in there, give it a little mix, and pour it, and then I'm going to probably texture it and let it sit until I can mix up that next layer. Now that I know how it behaves at that, and put it on top of this. It smells really good though, I will give it that. It does smell really good. Alright, scrape this out. I'll probably get a spoon. We'll play in it a little bit before I mix up that next layer. Now that I know how that fragrance is going to behave, I'm not even going to blend this up to trace and then mix in the fragrance. I'm just going to add it in now, so there is less blending being done. and give that a mix. This is why I don't add fragrance to my icings or the toppings of my soap if I do a high top, because of this stuff. You never know if this is what you're going to get, and I just like my icing to behave naturally as it is. So let me give this a whirl and get it into my mold. Also going to texturize this part as well with my spoon before I go get my sandy topping together. I love this blue. I've never used this blue honey before. It is brand new to me. I picked it up because I kept telling myself I don't have enough blues in my lineup of micas, and I wanted to do this beach soap, but I wanted something that I didn't have, which was this blue honey. So I picked it up so that I can make this soap, and I am very happy with that color. Still think I need more blues, but this is the start. Alright, let's get my soapy frosting up here, and I'm actually going to mix that up on camera and show you what I'm putting in it, because I'm not leaving it just plain. So this is my topping for this, and I have about 5 different oils in here. It's pretty much the same oils that I use in my basic recipe, except there's no canola in here and there's no palm in here. This is just olive oil, coconut, castor, shea, and cocoa butter. I like it to be very thick, so it's good consistency for piping. I've also mixed in some of this golden brass, and this is a custom blend mica that I got from Soapbox Micas, just to get that sandy color. This is also a new color I've never used. And I'll put some of my flaxseed powder in there. I love to add that to things that are supposed to look like sand. So I'll go ahead and mix in my lye solution. I'll give this a mix, and then I'm just going to pile it on top. I'm not even going to pipe it. I'm just going to mound it on there like wet sand. Really happy with how that turned out. It looks like wet sand to me. So typically I would let this sit if I wanted to pipe my soap topping, but because I'm not, I am just going to start by layering on some of this. I got it at a very, very thick trace, just so that I can cover this top, and then I'm going to let it sit until I can mound it on and actually, you know, it'll keep its form. That's what I want it to do. So this is going to be so pretty. Alright, so let's just spread this out a little and make sure everything is covered. Now that I'm done playing with that soap top, I'm going to show you the embeds. I've got some melt and pour seashell shapes. That is a mouthful. That's one of those tongue twisters. And then I have some sand castles that are also made out of melt and pour, and I colored them with a little bit of shimmer gold. I don't even know if it's picking up the detail in that. I added some flaxseed powder to that also to make it look like a real sand castle. And then I also have some starfish that will go on once they're cut. They'll be glued onto the front of them. And I also put a little bit of flaxseed on there to make like sand on them. There's sand everywhere on this soap. So let's get these embeds on. Alright, let's put our sand castles on the top just like that. I'm going to stand them up. I should probably turn that one around so that when I cut it, it's facing the right way, and that one that way. This is going to be so pretty, you guys. I love these little castle molds. I'm definitely going to have to use them again. I have an idea of what I want to do. Eventually I'll get around to it. So for this beach soap, I don't know where the inspiration came from. I really don't, but these sandcastles are perfect. Typically, when you live in a state that is touching the coast, you can be very fortunate to be able to make trips to the beach. We are about 3 hours away, which is not that bad, to Ocean City, Maryland, and I don't think we're going to get a trip in this year to Ocean City. Typically we go once a year. You'd think we'd go more. Whoops. But it's just not something it's very expensive. Let's just say that. It can be very expensive to go to the ocean for even a weekend with renting a hotel and all that. We have been more drawn to the mountains and the lakes since Bradley's parents own a lake house in Deep Creek, Maryland. So that's 3 hours like northwest, and we've been going there quite often. And we just got back from a trip there. We go maybe twice a year. There's another one. Do we really want to drive 3 hours? It is such a pain, but you know, that is to get anywhere around here. You gotta drive. And we have a free place to stay, so I don't know what our excuse is. I really don't. Okay, just gonna randomly put these seashells all over. They're probably gonna get it cut into, but that is okay. I want everyone to have a piece of it. So when we go up to Deep Creek, it is kind of chill. We have a pontoon boat that Bradley gets to take out. He took the class to get his fishing license, his boating license. So that is very convenient. And we took some friends up, and there's lots to do if you want to do stuff. If you go in the winter, they're right on the ski slope. You can go skiing or snowboarding. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like cold. So we go in the summer so we can take the boat out and get in the water and just get in the hot tub. We spend many nights in the hot tub. There is a store up there we like to visit. It's like very cottagey, cabin-like decor. They have jewelry and food. Got myself some new bracelets. There's a petting zoo. If you want to do a zip line, you can do that. My friends went and did the alpine slide. I'd hurt my foot, so I didn't go. And I'm a little bit of a chicken. So that was my excuse. But they do have an alpine slide that goes down the mountain, and you can go as fast as you want or go as slow as you want, which would be my case. And it goes down the mountain and through some wooded areas, and it looked very pretty. I'll leave some footage of Bradley going down at the end of this. And we just had a good old time, and I think I am done with that. I want to put some glitter on here just because, and then I'll let this sit for 24 hours and I'll come back and cut it. We can take a look at the inside, and I can tell you all about my 2 days by myself, because Bradley is at a work conference, kind of like convention, and he had to spend the night, and I'm all by myself, and I miss him already. It's pathetic. Alright, that looks good. I'll bring you in for a close-up. Alright, let's cut off a little end piece of this. Happy to report that I survived a night without Bradley. I did have Smudge to keep me company. Pretty much slept on my pillow the whole entire night. But I am excited for Brad to come home so we can go get margaritas and tacos for dinner. That is what I'm looking forward to. Alright, this did heat up a little bit. I'm hoping there are no glycerin rivers in it, but it heated up and it gelled. Look at that. I like that. That is adorable. I think it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Keep cutting it here. Another thing we did in Deep Creek, I came across a website called Only in Your State, and it was a link to a rock maze located in Maryland. I hate turning this thing on. It always gives me those lines, but it's better light, so it is what it is. But it was a rock maze located in Maryland. When I clicked on it, it just so happened to be in the county where we're staying for Deep Creek. I think it's Garrett County. So I was like, next time we're up there, we're going to have to go and visit it. When we finally found it, because we went 30 minutes in the opposite direction and then found the right address and went 30 minutes in the other direction and then drove a mile down a gravel road in the middle of nowhere, like literally the GPS lost signal and it was just a grid. But we finally found it, and it was a beautiful walk through the woods. There was ferns covering the whole entire forest floor. There was moss everywhere, and my favorite, mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I had to stop and take a picture of every single one. So I'll put some pictures and video of that at the end. But the rock maze was very fairy tale enchanting looking. I mean, it had these rhododendron bushes that grew everywhere, and more like trees. The roots just trailed down and were just like covering all of the rocks, and canopy of the leaves over top of the giant rock maze, and there were just flowers all over the ground, and it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it, so it was so worth the aggravation of trying to find it. But I'll let you be the judge of that. If it's something you guys ever come to Maryland, you can go visit, or if you live in Maryland. But check out that website, Only in Your State. There's a lot of fun things to do on there if you're looking for things in your area that you didn't know existed. Alright, so this is the last of the summer designs. I'm now going to start on my fall designs. And I am happy with ending this summery theme with these awesome bars. You guys, if you want to buy one of these, they will be available on the next shop update, which will be on August 23rd. So be sure to mark your calendars. The last of the summer soaps. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, think about subscribing if you haven't already. Any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you have a very nice day, and I'll smell you later.